Mr. Knight, ex-cop, ex-military, as many arrests as you had citations. Welcome back. Where's your Christmas spirit? Merry Christmas, mother.
Welcome to The Good, the Bad, and the Sequel. This movie podcast, we're talking sequels, and we do it in two parts. The first, an interview with an actor or someone involved that made the film worth watching. And the second, a discussion of the sequel, what they got right, what they got wrong, and how it could have been better. Hope you enjoyed last week's interview with someone that was pretty big in the making of this movie. He was the director, the writer. It's Australia's favorite son, Edward Drake. We talked about his journey from Australia, not getting into the film school, coming over here and having this huge opportunity. And he's doing all these small music videos and he's learning along the way, gets a horror movie to be a big hit. And then he's working on films with Bruce Willis, which is this week's sequel. What is this movie even called?
Detective Knight Redemption.
Detective Knight Redemption, I think, is all the other ones. They messed me up. But yeah, so Detective Knight Redemption. And then also he had a really awesome movie that I really did enjoy with Kevin James and Christina Ricci called Guns Up. He filmed in Jersey. So he had some beautiful things to say about the Garden State. But before I say anything more about this Christmas bomber that doesn't even have a bomb out on Christmas, when I found that out at the end of the movie, what day we were on, I was shocked. I got to introduce you to my partner in the sequel watching journey, Jamie Riccardi. Jamie, how are you?
Fantastic, Doug. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I was up late finishing this movie, working a lot, tired, slurring my words, but I'm happy to be here with you to discuss any movie. But to be honest, this one is, it's something else.
So let me give you my take on this movie. First of all, I actually think it's a good movie for direct to streaming. I think the bad guy was awesome,
dude.
I think he acted the crap out of the role. And I really,
who do you look like?
He reminded me of someone. I couldn't put my finger on it. With the beard and everything, huh?
Bennett. He looked like Vernon Wells.
He did.
Like, maybe really, like more obviously like older-ish Vernon Wells, or the way he looked in the Martin Short movie.
He looked like other villains I've seen. He sounded like, but he played the role so well. Yeah. I just have not even a gripe. The one thing that I had a hard time with, and that's only because of what we know now about Bruce Willis.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It was. I feel like it was that part of Bruce Willis, the acting, his lines. It was hard to watch, and not because listen, Bruce Willis is one of the best ever. But knowing now, so if I didn't know, his story, I probably wouldn't think twice about it. But when you put what's going on and his memory and everything else, you totally see what's going on. I mean, he doesn't have more than like 3 words at a time for most of the movie.
Oh, I know. It's never more than one line.
Never more than one line.
I think again, yeah, for obviously for Edward, I think the way the movie looked, the story, again, it was a good action movie. Like he talked about, he loved Die Hard movies. He told Bruce to his face, like, Die Hard 3 is the best one. So like he hit that formula perfect. I just think, again, sometimes with these movies, it's like, hey, you can do this movie. Bruce is going to be attached to it. And it's like, you have no choice. But you put like a Gerard Butler, or obviously if you can go back in time and have young Bruce, this is an awesome
I got news to you.
Movie.
I don't even think you need a big name. I mean, first of all, Bruce
Frank Grillo?
Perfect. But I mean, dude, I think, like I said, I think the guy that played Ricky Conlin, the main bad guy, I think he did a good enough job that I don't think it really, like, I didn't go in here this movie with high expectations, right? When you hear about direct streaming movie and Bruce Willis and Nicolas Cage, between both of them, they come out with 50 movies a year. So I didn't come in here with great expectations, but watching it, I mean, the action was great. I really thought it was a very well done movie, entertaining movie, and if Bruce Willis wasn't in it, it still would have been good. Like I almost feel like. And again, I think, that he did a great job tailoring to Bruce's needs, right?
Yep.
I think the way, because I mean, it looked like some of the lines almost looked like they were like lines from other movies when the way he was saying them, and like, and again, I think it's part because we all know about what's going on with Bruce Willis. So he wasn't really in the movie that much. I mean, here and there. To me, I think the two bad guys, other guy in prison, I guess he's from the first movie, and I really think that it was a good direct to streaming movie. I was surprised at the end. I'm like, you know what, that was entertaining, and I think the actors were all really good. So that's surprisingly, normally I don't like these movies.
I wasn't expecting that. Yeah. We'll get more into like, well, we'll start from, the top to bottom. We'll get to the beginning of the movie. But no, this movie did have like Ricky Conlin. You're right. Like he nailed that character, and Lachlan Monroe.
No,
we were talking about him before we started recording.
Yeah, and listen, I definitely have some questions about him. But I really do think the way Ricky played that role, it was like a typical '80s action villain, and like he played it so well that if you didn't tell me this was directed like streaming, I would have thought this movie came out, like in the theater. Like I think he held the movie. Like I think that was a perfect cast for that particular role, and I thought he was awesome. Like I really did. Every scene he was in, like he gets you nervous. Like you don't know what he's gonna do, and so yeah, no, I enjoyed it. So
Lachlan, before we get into the movie, Lachlan has a line in this movie. It's, they don't think I can do the job anymore. You think if a bad guy's running away and he goes up a flight of stairs, I can't catch him? Why can't somebody just be like, you can't? You're in a wheelchair. Well, you're not going to be able to get to him.
He does a lot of things in a wheelchair that I'm a little like, I don't know if they really would do this. Not that people in a wheelchair can't do certain jobs, but I mean, being
Molotov cocktails, maybe not one you want to be known for.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. So we'll definitely get into that. I'll tell you, I don't have a lot of notes on this movie because I mean, each scene was like an action kind of scene. Like when you watch movies like this, it's hard to take notes. But I do have a few. So
all right, good. So let's get this party started. So we kick in right away. It really. This is why this movie confuses me because this is like a few days before Christmas. So like that's the one thing that's confusing. Because we open up with like that mask, like that weird, like Santa-ish looking mask, and it looks like there's a head. It looks like a head on a table, and I thought we were watching an end scene, like a flashback that we're this is going to be a scene we're going to get later, but we don't know what yet because they showed on the table. It looks like it has eyeballs, and then we just see them walking around wrapping bombs up like. And throwing them out and placing them places, and people are like, there's somebody that picks one up, just like, oh man, a present on the ground.
A few times they pick up one of those things. I mean, so first of all, this movie doesn't waste any time. I mean, it literally goes.
What you have to do in this genre and like the direct to thing, you can't build a story.
No, you're right. I think when it is direct to streaming, you have to like get the attention right away. Because if you don't, people are going to pass on, go to the next movie. So I think I think it does this job well. Were the masks plastic or rubber? Because they look like they were plastic, like that. They look they look like the old school, like Halloween masks. And to me, like. They don't look like the most comfortable masks compared to like other masks. If you're going to be like, like pretty active, robbing a bank, I think you want better masks than that.
And they'd be rubbing and cutting. You have little hot lines through your eyes. Like,
can you imagine? And like, so this movie does have a lot of tropes that you see in a lot of the movies.
Oh yeah.
Has there ever been a bank heist where people wear a mask? I in real life. I mean, like, outside of the typical mask, I don't think anyone's ever worn like the president's mask, like the one like Point Break.
In real life, has anybody done that?
Yeah, I never.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like it's always ski mask. Maybe the other ones are like, hey man, you know why? because it's probably easier to trace, right? So if you go into a bank and you have like a Bart Simpson mask, they could probably go, okay, who's bought a Bart Simpson's mask? Oh man, 7 people. Let's go to get them.
Well, it makes me laugh when I think of like the old school people that would wear a pantyhose on their head when they're robbing something.
That one's the word. That's dude, I'm so poor, I can't even afford the ski mask.
I mean, you're wearing a mask that's completely see-through. I mean, it does smush your face, but like really, like
it is so frightening when in movies, like when they're doing it, it's funny. Like if it's a comedy, it's like, oh, this is really funny. But when you see people in like a scary movie, it's really frightening.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's really tight. Their nose is mushed.
Well, did you ever see that movie where I think it was Martin Short, where he's robbing the bank? I think it's called Pure. I forget what it was called. But he has the pantyhose on, but he has the 2 legs like hanging over.
Yes. It's him and Danny Glover, right?
Well, it's funny. He made one with Danny Glover. He also made another one with Nick Nolte.
Oh, wow, that's funny.
The one with
2
Nick
of the
Nolte,
guys that are pretty much the same guy.
Absolutely, and that's what it is. I think the one with Danny Glover was Pure Luck. The other one,
Pure Luck. Okay.
I think the other one was Nick Nolte. He robs a bank, but he takes Nick Nolte hostage by accident. And like Nick Nolte, I think is an ex-criminal, and he ends up like it's like it is a funny. Listen, anything Martin Short's in, it's great.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was funny when they were planting the bombs before we get to the bank, when they were planting the bombs and then like they casually throw like a Molotov cocktail in the air. There was like no one around on the streets, but then we get to a bank at night and it's packed. There are a lot of people at the bank. We're at the point, like whenever I go into the bank, there's usually no one in the bank because people don't need to go anymore.
Not to mention, don't banks usually close like at 3?
Oh, well, that's a big part of it too. Yeah, I mean, that's night on Christmas night, so it's 5 o'clock, or at least it could be 4:30, depending on what part of the country.
Maybe it's happy hour at the bank.
Woo!
half price deposits or so, or you get like something. Yeah, I mean, the streets are empty. The bank was filled. But you know what? Again, the way I also question because they were walking around with masks all the time, but no one else had masks on. Like and they're chanting. I think they were chanting as they were walking, weren't they? Like they were very cultish. Like they were literally like a lot. And so like no one has any kind of question like what's going on here. Like you have these. Like,
I know, yeah.
All guys. I mean, no women. All guys, all wearing weird Santa masks. Yeah.
That whole thing was so weird, and then we'll get to like when it dwindled down like really quick. Like at this point, we see all these people. That's why it's so confusing because I'm like, I thought he was recruiting more people. Like I thought he had no one like at one point, but in this part in the beginning when he's doing like whatever heist this is like number, I think it's like number 19 or 20 because that's one of the numbers they pegged it on when they figured out who he was. But one of the lines says at the bank, the guy goes, "You look like my mother, and I liked my mother." And then that's when he throws him into the room. See, that was cool. But that girl was dumb, right? You have these guys that are creepy. They throw a present at you. What do you do?
That's what I was saying before when you said people pick up the present. That one stood out where like you're literally have these guys robbing a bank. They leave a present. What do you think? They're going to leave you something nice while you're in there?
I
mean, you know what? They murder a lot of people in this movie. I mean, like I was shocked of like some of this. Like I think there's like 2 or 3 scenes where they murder a group of people at a time. Like not even like one at a time. Like they're murdering a group of people at a time, and that like I mean that
even that scene. If this movie had like a big budget, that's where you get like somehow you do the stakes as this is an office building or something, and you just blow it up. Like it just have it blow out. Just you don't even have to see the people die. Just seeing that would be like, oh, like obviously we knew that, and there was a sound we heard. But yeah, for her to open that, dude, like what are we?
So you'd prefer to see the body parts flying all over the place?
I don't need to see that at all. I just want to see the bomb.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I mean, what was she like? She literally, and it's funny, like she literally, like as soon as he threw it, she walked right over, like right away to pick it up. So excited. Well, maybe she was
like, "Hey guys, maybe these are nice bats. Maybe this is like granola bars.
Maybe no one gets her gifts, and she's lonely, and she never gets a gift, and this is her first gift opening. I mean, well, but no one stopped her either. Like no one yelled at her.
I know. The one guy the guy right next to her, like kind of gave a look, but I'd be like, "What are we doing?
Oh,
you don't know what that is."
Yeah, I would have tackled her. Say, I was no way would I. I mean, they're robbing a bank. They're throwing you in the safe.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing good that's going to come out of that. Like, I wonder what she thought was going to be in the box. Like, in her mind, did she think it was jewelry? Did she think, like, what was she thinking that she was so excited to open that box?
What if she thought she was on the John Quiñones show? What would you do? The one on ABC when they have the hidden cameras. Oh, maybe we thought it was going to be $1 million. Oh man, dude! And then again, just like all these movies, they're such bad shots, right? This is when they go out into the street and they go against the cops.
Yeah,
and they're both missing each other.
They literally. I don't think anyone got hit in the scene at all. I don't think it was literally, and they weren't that far away. They were pretty close, right? But I mean, this is also when they blow up the rest of the bombs that were in the street, and then but then they just walk away.
Yeah,
like had they know where the cops were going to be for those bombs to. First of all, like, I mean, I know they weren't near the bombs, but how'd they know, like, what if the cops came from the other end and they would have to walk, they would have to go to the other side? Like,
if they had to run away through the bombs? So, what a way to die, right?
Wasn't that a gamble?
You're avoiding your own landmines.
But, like, isn't that a gamble? Like, if you don't know the direction the cops are coming from, because it looked like the bombs went off at the end of the street, of the street, the side of the street they weren't on, so if the cops came from the other end, that plan wouldn't have worked.
yeah. You're kind of screwed.
Well, that'd be a short movie.
It would be, right? all of them are gone pretty quick. But oh man, dude. And then we get we go to the prison, right? We have like the main cop like giving a speech. That was the warden, right? The warden that was talking with Knight.
I think so. This whole part was confusing. Like
ex-husband, ex-cop. Is that on your rap sheet? Ex-husband, ex-cop. A lot of X's.
Is that a crime? But I was confused about like the people that were in prison and the people that were not in prison.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they kind of talk. I guess they show it a little later on, but I don't know how Ricky wasn't in prison with them.
He was the pastor. He was out on parole the last 8 years.
I know. No, I know he was. But I mean, but why wasn't the other ones out? Like, why was he? He was able to visit them.
Yeah, because he was the pastor of the prison.
No, right. So how did he? But how his whole his entire squad got arrested, and he got arrested. I think right. So why was he let out, but not the rest of the group?
When did he get arrested?
The whole team got arrested. They show it later on in the movie. And again, I don't know that. I thought that was a flashback because they showed the whole team walking out of the house and they were getting arrested. I thought that was
at the very end of the movie. You mean? Oh no, no. That's what we'll talk about. You're talking about when they got tipped off and they went there.
Yeah, I was assuming that was a flashback to why they were in prison.
That wasn't that. When they got arrested at that house was after what's Knight's roommate in prison, that guy. The guy that I assume shot Lachlan in the first movie.
He shot him in the first movie.
So he shot Lachlan in the first movie. That guy, he calls and tips off his wife.
I was confused because
the
Santa Clauses in the beginning of the movie, were those the ones that were in prison or is this a whole different group?
I know. I don't care.
That's why
it has to be a different group because he's done 20 of these. And we know that we're within Christmas, so I don't think it's 20 days within Christmas. So maybe that was his old crew. Well, they all graduated.
If the scene with the house was not a flashback, then yeah, I guess
definitely
it
wasn't.
I thought it was.
That's when he calls and narcs on them.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't because they never showed why they were in prison. Okay. All right. So yeah.
Oh, dude, that part has the nuttiest thing. We'll get into that. But
so I did read though. Yeah. So the first movie, he I guess because his partner got shot, Lachlan, he goes on a rampage and he goes after everybody to kill them. And so I think that's why he was thrown in jail because he killed these people, not the proper way. So
yeah, we hear his speech when he's talking to his like, I guess, old boss when he says, I killed a lot of people.
Well, was she? I don't know if she was in the first movie. I don't know if she was, but I feel like every Bruce Willis cop movie, the bosses hate him.
Like for some reason, the guy that saves the day, they hate.
Every time he saves the day all the time, but they all hate him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I know you had the normal trope in movies, or maybe real life. The prison guards always just beat the crap out of the inmates, just like non-provoked. Like a couple of the shots, like just beating them up, and it's like, oh, okay, great.
But tell me one movie where that never comes back and bites the guard later on.
I know. There's always
the guard that does the beating. At some point it's gonna come back and he's gonna die. He's gonna do whatever. Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure that happens in real prison. I don't know if it's like. I mean, to me, I think you're playing with fire. If you're a guard and you're like messing around with a guard, I mean, like you got to be on your guard the whole time. I mean, like
your guard. Yeah, first rule of being a guard: be on your guard. Second rule of being a guard: refer to rule number 1. We're guarding, folks.
You know what? I think it takes a different kind of person to be a guard in a prison. I mean, that's a crazy job.
My buddy's brother does it, and. Yeah,
I mean, they make decent money. I don't care how much money you make, man. That's you're. I would think that you have to think that there's a chance that you could die every single day.
Every single day, honey. Maybe I'll see you later.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean,
Tony in cell box C told me that I gotta watch my back.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh. But how about Bruce the Warden when he's laying out, he's laying out the rules. Again, this just shows that he's kind of a rule breaker, but he's like, no gambling is one of the rules, right? I got one rule. And then we cut to him and Knight playing poker. The pastor walks in, and then I'm like, what the hell's going on? But this is the one part I wrote down. At this point is when, doesn't he let somebody out of prison? I wrote he's unlocking... Yeah, later that night we have him unlocking the.
Wait, you're talking about the prison break or before the prison break?
No, not. This is before the prison break. This is the first time that the pastor that we see on camera.
Yeah. I don't think he lets someone out.
No one gets out.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
no, but
so. This is where we get it's like a news report maybe, and they talk about how many people died, and 12 people died. I'm like, correct. Did they mean to do that? The 12 days of Christmas, right?
Oh, jeez. You think that's what? I don't think at all that was.
Could you imagine that if Edward wrote that and then the next time it was 11, 10?
See, that's a movie. They start off with one kill, and then they kill instead of doing the 7 deadly sins, they do the 12 nights of Christmas.
Look at that. Watch out for 5.
And they die 5 golden rings. They die somehow with 5 golden rings, and the church ladies kill the.
Oh my gosh! We just made the next crappy Pinocchio horror movie, or Popeye the Sailor Man, Popeye the Slayer Man.
A partridge in a pear tree that kills.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
I think we got something. Dancing ladies, they just start kicking the crap out of someone. Like, I mean, it's so.
We got it.
I don't want to see 8 maids of milking though. That might get a little
messy. Yeah. So we have that happens. We find out the next bank is being robbed. And this is like pretty quick. We find out he's the bad guy.
Correct.
Like I think they could have held that reveal. I guess they eventually had to get out of prison, and you had to really get out of that scene because there wasn't much going on there. But right away, it's like, oh, yeah, he's the leader of this. And I'm like, I
mean, this is the type of movie where I don't think you're going to get much plot, like story-wise.
Oh, no, you can't. No,
there is a plot, but I think, like this type of movie, it's going to move. Like every scene, like, especially once they're out of prison, it literally moves, constant. And I think, I mean, not for nothing. I mean, he stands out as a priest. I mean, when he's in there, you could tell, like, this guy, I mean, there's no way he's past. No. I mean, the fact that,
confusing?
Again,
yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, as I say, the fact that the warden and the priest look like the pastor, because when we get that final scene with the security, when he goes, What a weird thing. Like, dude, could you imagine giving into that request? Like, hey, man, sorry, just want to check on the guys. I had a bad vision.
There's a lot of that alone. I mean, I don't think that really happens. I don't think you're just gonna. First of all, I think people that have that much control to bring someone in, you have a better security guard. Like, I don't think this guy looked like.
We can talk about the security guard later at a scene.
No, I know. But I think this guy looks like he's like new on the job. Like he just easily could be manipulated, which he was.
I know that, but not even that. I'm saying like it was the warden that was tricked into letting him look at the security center.
No, that wasn't the warden. That was the warden.
Yes, that was the warden. And then the guy in there was the guy that was a guard that somehow was convinced and then shot the warden.
But are you sure that was the warden?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I thought that was like
that was the warden because he kept. Come on, warden. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Come on. I just gotta see him. I just gotta see him.
Then if he's the warden, forget about it. I mean, why would you have someone like him running a prison?
I know. He was convinced by his buddy. He became friends with a guy that was in prison there for whatever years, right? I think he had 20 years and he got out on good behavior like in 8 or something.
Wait, you're talking about the warden?
Working at the pastor. I'm saying the pastor's been working there for a long time. So, but for what a weird request. Like, can I just look at them on the security camera?
Yeah, so
weird.
They're very weird. And the fact that you have this security guard, like, I don't think security guards carry guns with them. I think when you're in a prison, I mean, unless I'm wrong.
I guess that makes sense, right? You shouldn't have one because if somebody gets one.
Absolutely. I think like anytime I've seen a show or movie, like they have to go to a closet that has all the guns and they grab them and they go out. Like, I don't think they're walking around or holding, and not for nothing, he's in a room where there's no inmates. Like he's in a security room. Why would he need a gun there? So the fact that he's able to get the gun through was a little silly.
Couldn't he have just walked up behind him and shot him? He had to make like this big deal about it, like the reveal. It's not like the warden was the only one with the key.
Yeah.
The guy was in it, so
well,
they could have let the warden leave.
How does he get that job? Like, how long does he does he get that job that he's like did they wait a year for him to how long, I wonder, like, that he was able to get that job and get behind, get in. Like, I am sure it wasn't fast. So, like, it just, like, and if it was fast, then shame on the prison.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, my God. But, so he kills it, and then he opens up all the cells, and we get, like, the quick payback of the guards versus convicts.
I expected more chaos. I mean, because again, I've seen a lot of these prison type movies. I mean, once they get they immediately turn to violence when they're able to run free and everything else. They just try to take over. These guys were like a little bit more peaceful than I expected, even though they took it out of the guards. Which, I mean, when that hallway scene when the guards are there and they're like, at that point, I think the guards should have realized they were mismatched. Like they literally should have turned around and said, "You know what? Just go."
I mean, they're standing there with the things, and he's doing this crazy speech. You're like, "Yeah, that's speech, man. This guy's gonna."
The minute he did the speech, you knew there was gonna be trouble, right?
Yeah.
And not for nothing, those plastic things, do they really work? I mean, I don't. In the movies, they never work. They really never work. And I mean, how many people have died? When they smash him with the shield and everything. I mean, so that was a good scene though. So. Yeah.
And because of these movies, you want to set them in a major city, but just can't film there just for budgeting. So we don't really, the only things we actually see of New York are like far away shots. And then everything is like streets, everything's so tight so you can't tell where it is. But they broke out of Rikers. So that's the prison that they're breaking out of.
So I don't remember. Do they wear masks later on in the movie?
Yeah.
So why are they wearing masks if they're not wearing masks now and they're all in prison? What's the point of wearing the masks later?
Because they're cool. We agreed to wear the masks. At
this point, I think the cops and the FBI know who's doing these bank robberies because they're literally robbing the same exact bank with the same masks that they did the first time. So, at least change the masks up. Maybe not do Santa. Maybe do Easter Bunny masks or something different.
So another holiday. Oh shit.
Oh, it can't be the Santa people. This is the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, right. We're good. Oh man, that's so good. Yeah, so now we get Bruce. Like we saw Bruce in that scene when all the gates opened up, and he was really just sitting in his bed, and then he's getting interviewed by the girl who's
Okay.
now like the boss, right?
Okay. So I have a couple of questions with this. And
Mhm.
and again, you see this in a lot of movies. There's another trope where, they need the help of an inmate,
Oh, I
you know.
know.
So do cops have the authority to
No.
take not even
The
close, right?
deals?
To
How
make
about
deals.
later in the movie when it seemed like you needed to make decision really quick, and it was like, okay, I'll talk to the mayor, and it was like, wait, what?
It's insane, but you
I
see
know.
this all the time.
Yeah.
And again, in real life, do you think we've ever gone to a prison and say, "Hey, first of all, she's asking his help to find this gang. Her cops can't do it. Like they
I
like he's the
know.
only one that can do this. Like it's not
Yeah, I
like
know.
like we're sending Rambo to Vietnam. You need a special.
But if
this
this
is
is Jerry Butler, then you'd be like, oh, or a younger Liam Neeson. You're like, okay, this is the guy we need to go in. But just Bruce is older, even if
But he was just
everything
a regular
else, like,
cop. It wasn't like
yeah.
he did anything like so. And they didn't even like how he did it the first time. So now you're going to send him back. That and then the fact that she's literally insulting him the entire
Oh my
conversation,
God, she hates him.
belittling him, and then she goes, "I need your help." After
I know.
she insults him the entire time, and then wouldn't it be better if she said, "I need your help" first, like instead of insulting him? I mean, Bruce didn't care either way, but it was just this whole thing is again, you see it in movies all the time, and I don't think police have the authority to do that, and the fact that her force cannot handle this at all, it's
Yeah.
not even she didn't even say, "Can you work with our team?" She's like, "You run it. You do it yourself." She didn't even have anyone work with him. She let him go on his own. That's how bad her force is.
I know. And yeah, I know. And then how about when we kind of talked about the story earlier about why he went to prison, like what happened in the first movie. And when his response was, I killed more than two. I killed some bad guys. It was a good day. And again, because just everything, it was just these one lines that
Yep.
he'd be able to do.
Yep.
But yeah, you're right, dude. When she was trashing him, being mean, she's like, okay, I'm
And then
gonna need you now.
the last
Yeah.
thing she said was, "Can you help me?" After that.
Yeah.
But again, with these back to the one lines, I really wonder if we didn't know what was going on Bruce Willis, if we would have thought twice about it. Would we have thought hey, this is the end of Bruce's career, he doesn't really care,
Yeah.
he's just making movies
Or he's just
now.
getting older. It's like, all right,
Well,
he's
yeah,
getting
right.
a
Well,
little
he's
slower,
getting
you know?
older, but he's making some 40 movies a year. He's going through the motion. I don't think we would have thought twice about the dialogue, but when you break it down and you know what's going on, it's so clear how
Yeah.
they had to handle. And again, that's where the credit goes to making a movie, because you have to be able to listen. He's a big name. You put him in there, but they had to find a way to get him to get those lines and everything else. And I think they did a good job with it. But I just think the fact that we know the situation, that's where it's it's challenging, right? Because then
Yeah.
it's hard to separate that.
Yeah. I can't get over what you just said before about it's so true. Like when we talked about ransom when we covered Badass 2, how do they come up with those ransom numbers out of nowhere? Same thing with this, because her line to him is totally different than later. She says, "Stop Ricky Conlin, your charges are dropped." But you're right. What if she goes back? It's like when we did sales. It's what if we promised a deal that we can't really give? And it's hey, remember when I told you that we drop your charges? Half charges.
Well,
we do.
I mean, think about Armageddon. We don't want to pay taxes ever.
yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I mean, can you make these deals with these guys that, I don't think so. I don't think any deal making could be made ever. And it happens
Yeah.
in every movie, so yeah, just so ridiculous. And yeah, I was thinking when they come up with these ransom numbers or whatever numbers they're looking for, do you think they have an accountant that's
I hope so.
They
There's some
use
formula.
they're putting,
or,
all right, based on the budget and everything, yeah, how about 14 million?
yeah. ChatGTP. It's hey, ChatGTP, I'm going
What's
to
the going
rob
rate for getting
Yeah.
money?
50-year-old white guy, family of 5, has 2 Maseratis. Ooh, and then it spits out the number 700,000. Oh, nice.
Okay.
Cool. Watch out, Maserati owners.
Yeah.
And then I do love his line, like, I think the mayor might be involved. And you're like, oh no.
Oh,
A
my
movie
gosh.
that it goes all the way up to the top. And she gives him his badge back in like a way too big bag.
Oh
like
my
an evidence bag.
Okay. I thought it was just me. That thing was huge. That was not a real, that was not, that couldn't have been a real badge. Like, that was like,
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you saw that too. That is,
Oh, you're saying the badge? Oh, the badge was big. And I'm saying the bag it was in too.
Oh, yeah.
Was
Well,
big.
I was saying the badge itself
The
was,
badge was, that is
it
true,
didn't look
yeah.
like a normal size badge.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, and she, so when they take someone's badge, like a cop's badge, where does it go? Like in a
Usually-
drawer? Like,
Yeah, that's usually where we see it in movies,
that's
right?
every time.
Yeah,
And they
it's
take
always
it out
like-
and they throw it on a table. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know if that's really, like, first of all, like, how often do cops get their badges taken away? I mean, the way they do in movies. And I don't think they just keep it very, like, convenient that if you ever need to get to it, like, it's right there. Like,
Yeah. This is the only way you could stop him. If you don't have this on you, you're not going to be able to do your cop stuff. And then he says, just give me a gun and I'll do the rest.
And I honestly, I don't think he uses the badge the entire movie.
No, I think he has it on him. Maybe when he's sitting in the
if he
car.
does,
that
I
one
mean,
scene,
he
but
doesn't
yeah,
use-
he's not doing like, hey, give me your vehicle.
No, he doesn't
thing.
pull out his badge once. I don't think, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, now I forgot. I mean, outside of the last scene, like, does he do any, like, action in the middle at all?
No.
No, nothing, right? It's just when he shows up, like.
But that last scene, which we'll get more into later, that was kind of cool nostalgia. Because that was, again, if this movie is 20 years ago, like, you could have really done, like, drag that out, because there was even one part when you knew it was kind of a stunt double. Maybe it was that
Oh, it was in a
guy
shadow.
that-
He was in a shadow, and you couldn't
the shadow one, but when he held the guy,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you could only see the back of him, and he was moving pretty good.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, this is like cool, like, throwback.
Well, you know what? That just shows you, like, this. Okay, the movie was good, and they did a good job with it. But imagine they made the exact same movie, Bruce Willis 30 years ago. Like, now it's a Bruce Willis-led role, like, and they give him more lines. But now you see him, more lines, more wisecracking. Like, he didn't have any wisecracking lines. Like, that's not Bruce, right? Like, he literally just said the lines they needed for the scene. Like, there was no, like, so, and I think that's part of why it was also, like, hard to see, because tell me a movie that Bruce Willis is in that he's not wisecracking, right? In every single movie.
He's always very smart.
He doesn't have one in this. Like, this is literally, he's so stoic in this movie. He's very, like, and very dry. And I think if this movie was made when in his prime, this would have been a big hit.
Yeah. No, I agree. 100%. And then now we get the house, the random house where it's filled with bad guys.
Yeah.
So you're telling me, and it's like 9 a.m. They're drinking. One guy's hammered. And do you remember a line that's in this movie?
I do not.
The guy goes, I don't know why he says it. He said, do you want a drink? And the guy said, no, it's 9 a.m. And he goes, oh, he must be a Jets fan.
I don't remember that, but that's
And
great.
the guy looked like Daniel Radcliffe.
Well, you know what? The more I think about it, the villain's number one guy was pretty cool too. He was a good bad guy.
Yeah,
too.
he was good. He was a solid,
He was a very solid
henchman. I liked
But
him.
so this is a house that looks like there's constant chaos. There's, I mean, like, again, they're drinking early. They're loud. They're constantly doing illegal stuff, making bomb. No one notices that this house is like,
I know.
is it on a regular street? Like, I mean, I don't like my neighbors.
No, there was neighbors. It was in a normal
That's what I
neighborhood.
mean. So your neighbor's barking, people are going to complain. No one's complaining about, like, the cops don't visit this house at all. Like, say, what's going on? Like, yeah.
Honey, you know that house that's been vacant? It's filled with people. And one guy's pissing on the side of the house. It's 9 a.m. What's going on? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How about the line? Again, some lines in movies are ones that are so ridiculous. And it's just to make the people sound so badass. But he utters the line, Ricky Conlin, I spill blood in countries where you can't find on a map.
Well,
And maybe if it's an on-the-spot quiz, yeah, you tell me to find Tunisia with no labels, I can't find it. But I just love that he said that. But he wants to take over Christmas, dude. He says that line, and my son loves Jack Skellington. And I'm like, he's Jack Skellington.
So okay, so that's kind of brings me to like the plot of this movie. So I understand his son died, right, in the military. Is that something or?
Yeah, his son died, and the military. Oh no, the prison wouldn't let him out.
Something.
Yeah.
So you kind of feel bad for this guy. So he's kind of a good guy, but at the same time, like, so what's his goal of what he's doing?
I don't even know what he's looking for.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that was to me the only. And again, when it comes to an action movie, I guess it really doesn't make a difference as long as there's action. People don't even pay attention to a plot. But I was trying to think about like what is his goal in this, because he does have like some heart-to-heart speeches about why he's doing what he's doing, whatever. But you don't understand why he's doing what he's doing. Like I was confused.
There's no money. There's no money.
No,
because why would you want to be a bad guy with him? Like that's the
it's
thing.
not
that
a
makes
money.
No sense
It's not
to
a
me.
money motivated revenge that he's doing.
No, they're looking for antiques, and you're thinking, oh, maybe it's blackmail on the mayor. Maybe it's like some kind of tape. Nothing. There's no money involved.
I don't. So I was just confused on that part of it. So, and speaking of the mayor, I mean, if I had any complaint about any character, he would be the one.
I know.
I thought he was a little.
I was like, oh, he's in on it.
Yeah, no, I didn't think he was a great actor.
He was on it.
Oh,
you
definitely knew he was on it. But I just think he was just like, yeah. I mean, I thought he was okay compared to the rest of the acting. I thought he was probably the worst one.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a weasel.
So what a great part of this movie. And again, for some reason, I guess Ricky loves the other guy from the first movie, the bad guy, because we get a guy that like, if you don't want to be involved, there's the door. You can leave. And some guy's like, all right, I'm out.
That cracked me. That was actually I thought that was a funny scene. That's
so this guy's leaving, right? And you're like, all right, cool. And then he does the little head nod to his henchman.
Well, he says, make sure you show him the right way out, or something like that. That's
yes,
what he said.
yeah. And you're like, okay, I know what this means. And then we get like Casey Rhodes. He goes, hey, can I get one phone call? And of course he goes out. He's loud as shit in the yard, calling, right? Like how loud is he?
Well, let's go back to the other guy for a second. So I have to imagine he would have known the consequences of him just leaving. Like, did he really? I mean, he's with the gang for a while. He knows how crazy the main villain is. Does he really think that he can just get up and walk away?
Does he know how crazy it is? He is, because they didn't. Obviously, breaking out's crazy, but he doesn't probably know the bank robberies and everything. So maybe he just thought like, this is fine. I'm
sure he knows his past. I'm sure he knows that you're not going to just walk. It's not like a school club, Dungeons and Dragons club that you're like, I don't want to do it anymore. You're going to walk away. I mean, like he
those
had to
guys
know.
won't let you leave. I'm still trying to get out of one from 30 years ago.
But that was pretty funny. The one guy decides, I don't want to do it anymore.
I just loved it. Yeah.
But I said the same thing. Like, all right, he's not allowed to make a call. So what does he do? He goes in the backyard, not far away. Like, wouldn't you walk around the corner? Like, he's literally right.
But the guy let him make a call. He goes, fine, you can have it. Because he wants, for some reason to him, he's like a very important bad guy to have in your stable. So he's like, oh, okay, fine. Here, let me help you out and give you this. And he gets caught calling, hey, ex-wife, you guys gotta call the cops for me. We broke out. This is where we're at. And then when he's walking away, we look over and we see the guy that said, hey, I'll leave, on the ground bleeding.
Yeah.
And the other guy's holding a hammer in his hands.
And honestly, at this point, though, I didn't know much about the guy who made the call. Like, I didn't know he was from the first movie yet. I don't think that was known.
I only knew it from... It was like, oh, your cellmate. They kept referencing him. So I'm like,
I didn't put two together yet. So I just thought like, he was just trying to get. I don't know what I didn't know what to expect. Like I wasn't sure until the next scene. Obviously, I mean, when they bring him inside with his brother, that was pretty crazy,
dude. Oh, that scene was nuts.
Oh.
But that's in a little while.
Yeah.
But how about when he gets hit in the head with a hammer, and I'm like, dude. At this point, is that what they do? Bring him in, and then
they drag him. That's at least
that
part.
fast, yeah.
But
in my head, I'm like, dude, why would you you kill the other guy for wanting to leave? This other guy actually called the cop. Like he was intending to get you arrested. Why does he get to live? Like, why have this whole thing? I guess to show you the audience how crazy Ricky is.
I also want to know, is there a technique to just, if you use a hammer on someone, that it just knocks them out? Like, I would think that if you're hitting someone hard enough with a hammer in the head, they may not wake up.
They're dead.
Or they're gonna have like brain damage or something.
Out like that.
You're not just getting up and acting normal because like you fell asleep. Like that's a hammer. It's not like but like because I mean he got knocked out within seconds with that. Yeah. I just don't know if maybe there's a sweet spot that as long as you hit it in this area, you're gonna be okay. 2 inches over, you might kill him, but if you hit it right there, yeah,
that's the good spot. Did you ever get knocked out before, like playing sports or anything?
I got knocked out in Tough Mudder. So I got shot. They have electric shocks.
Yeah.
And so they at the end, you have to run through this thing where you had to jump over hay barrels, and they have these like wires that are hanging that are electrocution. So I'm thinking like, all right, I was with a couple guys from my gym, and like there were 3 big guys. So I'm like, all right, if I run behind them, the wires were like split. And I'll be okay. So I literally didn't get touched until I got to the end, and one hit me in the head. I literally fell down like a bag of bricks. All I felt was my head hitting the ground. And they have photographers there because everybody gets knocked out or whatever. So there's a picture of me, literally my hands to my side and like you see me going down. I was out for a couple seconds.
Amazing.
But I literally woke up and all I heard was the DJ, because they have a DJ there also, because it's like the funniest part to watch. He's like, wow, that guy hit the ground hard. So yeah. But I wish I still had that picture. It would literally, you see me going down. That's how bad it was.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's scary. I got cold cocked at a party one time, and I remember it was like but just to think about getting hit with a hammer, and then like you imagine like that was like yours was a few seconds. Mine was like a few seconds. Can you imagine if it was like minutes and you woke up? That'd be scary as shit.
100%.
I would think you're dead. I don't think that's real.
I think about like you get cold cocked, so you get punched in the face. All right, you go. This is a hammer. Like you're getting hit in the head. Like it's gonna put a hole in your head. Like if you got to hit the person hard enough. Like you hit someone in the head with a hammer, they're gonna get a bump. That's not gonna knock them out. Like you really got to hit them hard with the hammer. How much damage is that doing? Like that's insane. So
and you hit it too hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever been hit with a hammer? At Sequels Only on social medias. Let us know, or if you can speak, maybe you got it in the wrong spot. And you just type.
Yikes.
I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, dude, when he hits it with the hammer, it was nuts. But this is the first time I think we see Lachlan again.
Well, he goes.
This is when he goes to the mayor's office.
Before we get there, so one more thing. Imagine. So you said like how scary that's got to be. You're out for 6 minutes. How about even worse that you wake up tied to a chair? You get knocked out for a couple. You have no idea where you are, and you wake up groggy and everything else, and you realize you're tied to a chair. Tell me anything that happens good when you're tied to a chair. Like when you wake up, you wish you never woke up. Like that's the point where, to me, that's got to be the scariest moment for anyone. If you wake up tied to a chair, you're like, all right, I wish I was dead.
You're like, hi, Dexter Morgan, and then you get all chopped up. But yeah.
So this is the mayor part. Yeah.
Oh, dude, did you think this was the son?
No, not at all. I was having a hard time knowing that you have a police officer who's in a wheelchair doing his own investigation. Like I mean, like
well, he's not doing it. Yeah, he's doing it on his own. Well, he's an LA cop.
He is. That's what I mean. But even so, like I find that almost impossible because for a couple of reasons. I mean, one, if someone happens to, someone wants to get rough with you. What are you doing? Like, you're you're asking questions, or you have to chase someone down. You're not getting them. What if you got to look for clues? How are you going to get it? You can't get out of your chair. Like, I feel like it's like a waste. I think it's a waste of like, I don't see, and how is he traveling so easily? I mean, because he's everywhere. He literally shows up everywhere. Okay, I don't think that's possible either. So there's a lot of questions about that. But yeah,
God, that would have been sick. Like 80s, 90s show. You get like maybe like Archie Bunker in a wheelchair, and then he has to have a helper push him, and they solve cases.
Well, it's funny you said Archie Bunker. Wasn't there a movie? I think it was Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston. He's like a grumpy. He's like a dying.
Oh yeah.
But he's grumpy.
Like a drama.
or something. Oh, the drama, right? But he was very grumpy. Like he was like, and he had to deal with him. It just reminded me of Archie Bunker. That's all.
Well, Laughlin's so good, man. If you think about his career, like obviously you have Scary Movie, Dead Man on Campus, and then he did what was then he kept doing a lot of those spoof movies. He did one with fellow Canadian Gary Chalk. I think it's called Camouflage. And he's just always been solid.
He was always a great like character actor, in all these movies. No, absolutely. I mean, it's a big name to have in this movie. That's why I immediately reached out to him again, hoping he would get me. So maybe.
Dead Man on Campus, dude, one of my favorites, and then he crushed it in Scary Movie.
Was Dead Man on Campus, was that not Ricky Schroeder? That was Paul Gosselaar Jr. or whatever.
Mark Paul Gosselaar and the guy from American Werewolf in Paris.
Yeah.
But no, he's good. But when the mayor yells at the violinist when he stops, I'm like, oh my God. And then we find out it's his son.
What a bizarre, because they don't show the mom at all. So so it was just a bizarre situation.
And no reference. I just thought that was like, I even wrote down, isn't it weird to have a violinist that you pay to play in an office?
Not to mention the attitude he had with
Doesn't he say fuck the police or
right? Yeah, he just
because he says, "Oh, great kid."
Yeah, well, not for nothing. He's pretty angry that he's being forced to play the violin, which he looked like he did.
True.
But it was just I thought it was an odd choice to have him as his son, with no explanation.
He was a whack job too, because later in the movie he holds a gun and it's like, this is normal.
Well, later in the movie it's his fault, with a lot of things he does. So
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but just Laughlin is a very snarky cop. I can see a universe of movies with him, and it'd be hilarious. Like, he doesn't have to be in a wheelchair, but I'm saying, just have those. Even this, when he's just the way he's talking to the mayor, a mayor that he's probably never met before because he's an LA cop, or maybe he has. But he was just like, "Oh, what was in that safety deposit box? Oh, videos of you banging the maid."
Yeah. Well, he kind of he always reminded me of the poor man's what's his name? What's his name? What's the stupid clowny guy? Not Daredevil. What's the Ryan Reynolds? Yeah, he reminded me of his type of he's not as smartassy as Ryan Reynolds, but he has that similar personality. I feel I could see I could see him totally in those college movies or whatever. He would have been good
as
character.
Dan Wilder, he probably could have done that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, he's good. Yeah, and then he says no photos of you in a white robe and a pointy hat. And you're like, oh shit, man.
Yeah.
But he was good. I wrote, he moves good for a guy in a wheelchair, because there was one part that he is flying out of there. That's when the mayor that's when you knew the mayor, because the mayor wasn't talking about it. You're like, we know you're in on it, and that shouldn't be what we know right now.
He hesitated constantly. He constantly hesitated on every answer. No,
I consolidated my safety deposit box. Oh, where are they? Oh, when you see later in the movie, you're going to be nuts, because at the end of the movie, the fact that, oh my God, dude, where that final scene is bizarre.
But I don't think they were hiding it well, if they were trying to hide it at all, that he was involved. It was extremely obvious. So I don't know.
Press conference. How about his press conference? He kept saying, gosh. I'm putting you on notice.
Yeah.
Ricky Conlin, I'm putting you on notice.
See, I was questioning why he was doing that. Because he was in on, obviously, but why was he calling out Ricky, of all people?
I know, it was so stupid.
I mean, because that's not going to end well either. You're going to call out the main bad guy? If
you just put pressure on the main cop, the captain, that girl, because he did mention her. And then you're like, oh, okay, maybe that's to make the cops look bad.
Right.
Put him off some sort of scent or something.
I mean, I know why he did it, to try to cover himself, to show that he didn't, he wasn't with them. But, I mean, of all names, that's the last name you'd want to really say.
Yeah. Oh, my God. How about when so now we're back to him locked up in the kitchen when he's tied up. How about when he's describing, he knows you. The pastor's like, you and me, we're the same. And we're getting the flashback of his life. And then it cuts to him in a football uniform like running in the end zone, and
Oh,
there's
my. Yeah.
like sparklers or something in the air, and you're like, what is going on with this?
That's why I was confused, and like you said before, like, why is he so interested in him? Like,
It makes no sense to me.
yeah, that's it's funny that would be a question I would have loved to known, like, like, because that's a big part of this plot, right? I mean, he keeps trusting this guy when he shouldn't,
Yes.
and which again, maybe there's more history in the first movie. I don't know if Ricky's in the first movie.
I don't think so. I don't know. I would be shocked because it's not set in prison, and he was sort of in prison at that time. But yeah, no, I
Yeah, but
don't.
but it involves another gang, so I don't know. And again, it involves this other guy, so I wonder. There's got to be a reason. You know what? Maybe might have to ask him. Might have to
Yeah.
ask.
No, but
Drake.
just to think about, like, yeah, he doesn't want to be in your gang.
Not
And
at all.
if you're focusing on him, everyone else
Yeah.
is going to get screwed. Like, we kind of forgot about it, but their house gets raided. Like, at this point right around now, their house is raided. They were able to get out. They got sort of, like, I guess, tipped off by the I'm sure
Well,
the
no.
mayor
First,
tipped off.
they bring the brother in.
Oh, yeah, Dirk.
So,
Dirk.
yeah, so-
No, this is the scene with the
Yeah,
brother.
this is
So
the scene
that's
with
his brother?
That's his brother.
Oh, shit.
So that's his brother. And so that's why. See, what didn't make sense in this part, and the blank part. The blank's perfect. I mean, that was a great little thing. I had a feeling that was what he was going to do because, you got someone that's trying to escape or get out of it. You're going to give him a loaded gun. You know he's going to try to aim it at you. Like so.
But he didn't.
No, he didn't. But I mean, if he did, either way, you had the blanks. But what I didn't understand, which I was a shock when they did it. I mean, they killed his brother right there. First of all, the fact that he was willing to kill his brother. Well, he had to choose between his wife and his brother. Right?
Yeah, wife and kid.
Right,
and
kid.
brother.
Right. So he chose the brother. But by killing the brother, you got rid of all his leverage.
Yeah.
I mean, because
And
unless
but why do you want to kill the brother? He was willing to go along with it more than his brother.
Yeah, we don't understand the connection at all. Like that's that's a big question.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was not good.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so then that's when he
Well,
when the cops raid, like right
they
now,
ra- they
right?
raid,
Like
and-
right after this.
And it was the worst, like escaping. Like the guy tried to squeeze through a window. I think they couldn't fit through.
Oh, I
Like,
know. I know. Yeah,
Like I would think that if you're holed up at a house with a bunch of like ex-cons, and you're gonna have an escape plan. Like I think you're gonna have multiple escape plans. It seemed like there was absolutely not one escape plan. That if something happened, what are we gonna do? Because they literally I think not one person escaped. I think they all got caught rather easily.
And why wouldn't he even it said let's leave anyway? We saw him on the phone with his wife telling like, hey, tell the cops to go there. We didn't even talk about that phone call we alluded to a little bit.
That's right.
But like when she's on the phone with the kid, hey, this is Ricky's ex. Not Ricky, Casey's ex. Oh, hi. Yeah, so he told me where they are. But you have to do something with this sentence, and then that's when she like rebuttals, like, I'll see what we can do. Maybe we can do because she said nothing. Like, I want him out of prison. And they're like, yeah, we can maybe do a few years. And she's like, okay, I'll talk to the mayor and I'll reach back to you. And I'm like, time of essence.
And another negotiation. Like it's that easy just to negotiate these things. It's like ridiculous.
Where's that sales training?
I can't even negotiate getting a car, and these people are negotiating life sentences. Ridiculous.
And what do you want in a car? Just the cheapest number, just the cheapest price you can get. I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna walk out, and then you're gonna go talk to him. Just like, kid, let's just cut to the chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing that's wild too is like that happened. She was able to get information to almost get Ricky and everybody, and she doesn't send protection to the ex-wife because then the ex-wife's able to get taken, and then that changes everything.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit! Like, I thought you would have protection.
Yeah, I thought so too. It just didn't. Well, here's the other thing. I mean, she doesn't have protection. Why is the other guy still going along with it at this point? They killed his brother.
Oh, I know.
Like, what's holding him there at this point?
Well, I guess to live.
Well, he
for his
can't-
family.
Okay, but his family's not kidnapped at this point, right?
They're not yet, but I know, but he still doesn't want to
Yeah.
die.
I guess. I mean, all right.
I know you don't want them to die first, but like I want to see them.
I guess.
I'll play your game now. But why wouldn't it, dude, think about, we didn't even think about this. When he goes outside for the phone call, hop the fence and go.
That's what I was saying before. Like why? Like he had an opportunity to get out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go make this phone call. Hey, I can't. Oh, bad reception. I'm gonna keep walking. And just sprint.
Yeah.
Run as fast as you can. They're not gonna catch you.
How about you have the phone there? Call an Uber. Have them meet you right up front. Jump in the Uber.
Yeah. That's a good movie. Uber driver comes pick up somebody up. Hour and a half of a chase scene.
That's a good movie. An Uber driver picks you up and then just chases. You
no, and then the bad guys are chasing you. So as the Uber driver, you're involved in the situation now.
That sounds like an awful movie.
It sounds like I think they actually did that movie with Batista and
wasn't it Taxi or something? No, that was Jimmy Fallon.
Stuber. It's called Stuber.
Yeah. Well, it was the other comedian with them, right? The Indian comedian, I think, or something.
Yeah. I can't think of his name, and I love him.
Yeah. So is this around the same time where the son goes to visit the gang?
No, the son, not yet.
Okay,
he's getting
I have a
close to
lot of questions with that one.
Now this is where I said the line earlier, Lachlan's line. He says, "You think a guy runs up a flight of stairs and I can't catch him?" So this is where I wrote, "Is it Christmas now?" Because we saw the video of the daughter being kidnapped on the phone, and the wife, and even around town, all Christmassy. I know they can just have Christmas out all the time, but I thought it was Christmas because in the movie on the synopsis it says a Christmas bomber.
So
not Christmas yet.
You're upset it's not Christmas?
I thought this movie was going to end on Christmas, right? They're all dressed in Christmas stuff. Doesn't it have to be?
I didn't even think about Christmas at all, outside of the Santa Claus that I saw in the mask.
Well, that's the main thing. You see Santa, you think Christmas. And the
you
whole backdrop, the street scenes where they were doing, again, smart filmmaking, doing tight shots. So you just see a store that looks like a bodega. And then it's like, okay, we're in New York City.
So it would make you feel better if you knew that it was happening on December 25th?
The end scene, yeah. When I heard them say, "Oh, it's Christmas Eve," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Just end the movie one day later."
What's the difference?
You can't call it a Christmas.
Well, I don't think they're calling it a Christmas movie anyway.
No, it says they call him the Christmas bomber.
Yeah, but okay. So Christmas is a season, not necessarily a day.
That.
So the minute Thanksgiving's over, it's Christmas season.
Then they can start bombing?
Why not?
Black Friday for others, bombing for this guy. Let's get this going. But yeah. This is where the bad guys meet up at the back of the bodega. We see the girl outside the bodega. Yes. She's like smoking a cigarette. We see the bad guys walk in. Like they always have CIA in movies. They have like the random office, like in Men in Black. But in this, it's bad guys have a meet up in the back of a bodega.
They have access to a lot in this movie.
They do.
Which, again, that's why, and they travel in packs.
Yeah, this is where the son shows up.
Correct.
He shows up right here, yeah.
And, okay, so a few questions with this. So, first of all, he's setting up his dad to get kidnapped, right?
Weird.
Which is weird. Which, okay, fine, he hates him. But they immediately allow him to be part of the gang as soon as he gives up the information. He's part of the gang immediately.
And they give him a gun. What if he's like, you know what? This is a bad idea.
Not only they give him a gun, he has the most important job to alert them when there's like people coming, because he's, first of all, they leave him out there alone to guard. Yeah. They just met this kid. First of all, he's a kid. They just met him. They just allowed him to go in the gang. No initiation, no anything. They don't have to trust him or anything. They give him the gun and say, hey, you guard, make sure no one comes in.
You guard.
Awful.
Remember the second rule, Alan. Refer to the first rule.
Awful. Well, maybe that's why they're always getting caught, because they just keep hiring. Whoever wants to be part of the gang can be part of the gang. There's no initiation. So
security guard should be the most important job. You own like 100%. A factory that has like the jewels or something. You need to have the best security. You can't hire Ralph with the donut
If you
stains.
don't have good security, you're going to get caught. So you need someone that's going to be able to. this kid, you're going to trust it in a brand new member of the team who's not even 5 minutes in.
He didn't go through the training videos.
Nothing.
Yeah.
No
He's
HR
got put
videos.
right in there.
Nothing.
No HR. Yeah. Shake that moneymaker. That was a great that training video at True Green was unreal.
Oh my gosh.
They had that whole thing. The guy showing the dollar to the girl.
The guy with the high voice.
Oh my God. Amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I wrote, seems like tonight's Christmas with all the carolers. And then we only see like one, and she's really zoomed in on, and then in the bar is Knight drinking. And this is where I'm like, a lot of people at the bar on Christmas. That place was packed.
Yeah, but maybe they're all Jewish.
Oh, that is true, yeah. That's a great SNL sketch. Oh my God. So good. But yeah, so he has a call to the pastor. The pastor, who called who? Did he call the pastor? Or the pastor had
No, I think the
Knight's
pastor
number?
called him. I think the pastor. You know what? I don't remember.
Yeah, I forgot how they started talking about it. They talk about like this relationship. I'm like, we didn't know this because this movie came out the same year as the first one, so you wouldn't think he was in prison.
The three of them came out, I think, 2022. Two of them came out 2022. The third one came out the next year after.
Yeah,
so they really.
But just for them to be like, oh, they have a relationship. Like they talked at poker in that early scene, but for him to talk like, hey man. And then he's basically, I'm gonna have to kill him.
Well, and does he know anything about Bruce Willis? Like, because he seemed to have given him respect right off the bat. Like, what does he know about Bruce Willis at this point?
Well, it's the same city, so he knows that he killed a bunch of bad guys. That he was trying to protect his friend, so maybe that's what he likes. But the one line again, purposely probably put in there by Edward, from Ricky. There are no more cowboy cops, and they killed all our villains. So it's like a really homage to like, oh, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You get that. And it was like really neat to have that in the movie.
Yeah. No, that was cool.
So now Bruce figures out, I guess somehow, because Lachlan told him about the antiques, remember, on the desk?
So before you even go there, so Bruce Willis was allowed out to go after these guys. What is he doing at a bar drinking?
He's got, hey, I gotta eat.
I was just thinking about that as you're talking about it. I'm like, why is he at the bar drinking? He's supposed to be out there.
He's on like a time thing.
That's
why I could never be a cop.
Oh.
Could you imagine if you were like trying to solve a murder case? I'd be like, I feel bad taking a nap.
Well, he's waiting for them to come to him. That's it.
Oh, yeah, right? Great strategy. Oh, they'll call me. I hope that, you know what, honestly, I bet he did call him. Ricky probably called Knight to talk to him. But, so earlier Lachlan said, the only thing I saw on his calendar was an antiques thing. And so then he puts two and two together, Bruce Willis does. And, this is where we already knew the mayor was involved, but that happened because this is when he gets taken too. Conlin gets taken and he's in a van, right? And he's like, oh, I thought we had a deal. And he's like, you think I'm going to be honest with a politician getting mad at me for not being honest?
Wasn't it because his son told him where he was going to be?
Yeah. His son knocked him out.
Yeah.
But again, I'm telling you, like Mayor de Blasio, Bloomberg, they're walking alone in places? Hell no.
No, not even. Especially one that's deep into crime like this guy is. Yes. I mean, no.
But just it's a major city. He's walking and he's driving his own car. You're telling me, I no way Bloomberg ever drove a car.
Bloomberg is a billionaire. I mean, you can't compare him. I mean, he's in a different league. So,
but any of those guys, I'm sure they're not. There's somebody always there.
They probably have protection like 24 hours. So, yeah.
But for him to be able to turn the corner in the park, they're waiting for him. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude. But then he utters the line that we hear so much. And it's like, what does it even mean? Conlin makes a joke about it. Finally, somebody does. He says, Conlin, I can give you the keys to the city. And he like laughs at him.
Okay. When he said that, what are the keys to the city? Like,
No,
I mean,
no.
like that's supposed to be enticing. That's just like I think like that's like a prestigious thing. Hey, here's the keys to the city, kind of thing. That's supposed to entice him. Like, here are the actual keys to the city, so you can have them. You know, like
here's the front door.
I mean, when he said that, I was like, why is he saying of all things that's what he's going to offer him? Like,
he's already got the keys to the city.
He owns the city
because the mayor is corrupt.
Correct.
So the mayor is the person who runs the city. So whatever Conlin wants, he's basically doing.
But to say it like that, it was dumb.
Yeah. And we never, the thing that made no sense, like, what was he getting out of it? We never figured that out when he's like, I thought we had a deal. Like, the mayor says that to Conlin.
Well,
what was their deal?
Well,
he's not robbing anything. He's never robbed him money in any of these places.
but the something. What was the mayor? He moved his stuff to another bank. So what was
the one at the end of the movie?
Yeah. So what was the what did he move?
I don't know what was in it.
That's what I'm saying. So whatever they stole is what's in it. So that's I think the deal they're talking about is. Yeah. Again, they don't explain it that well of, really the plot of what they're looking for, what they're getting, but I guess
we never saw them get anything, right?
No,
we never saw them leave with anything.
We didn't see any bags of money.
I know he kept moving his stuff.
Yeah, but we don't know what the stuff was.
That was the thing that didn't make sense. I know, but I'm saying it made no sense because Lachlan says, "Oh, you moved your you canceled your meeting, right? Because he had a meeting at the bank to go through a safety deposit box," and it's like what?
And that was early on, and that's literally because we heard that at the bank, like when they were doing the questioning later on. So that's right from the beginning. We knew he was guilty. The minute they said that he canceled, they already alluded that he was guilty.
We just never knew what was his end game. What was he getting out of it? Was it like, hey, we're gonna split everything you robbed? They weren't robbing anything. They barely had enough money because you would think that. Just, I don't know. We never saw them with cash or bags.
Well, it was safety deposit boxes, so it probably wasn't money. It was something, whatever was valuable. But again, they didn't show it. They didn't talk about it. So, I mean, we
never saw them leave with anything.
No, nothing.
Not one.
Well, they didn't get a chance to leave. At the end, they didn't get a chance to leave.
Oh, I know. That's true.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So now this is nuts, dude. This scene is crazy. The fact that there's a bank somewhere, first of all, we get the bodega hangout in the back, like the meeting space. This one we get, I thought he was walking, like at the mall, when you go to the bathroom at the mall, and it's like those long hallways. And we see like an old Chinese man, right?
Yeah.
And he's like the security guard. And that leads into what is like this super secret underground bank.
Yeah. So bizarre. And like you only have one guard behind a desk. Like in this like secret
in both spots,
and it looked like it was a futuristic bank. Like it literally looked like
it was huge. The lobby was huge for you to just go in an elevator,
but it looked like a space bank. Like it didn't look like a normal bank. It really did.
Hi, welcome to Space Bank.
That's what it looked like. I mean, and again, you have a guard. Like I don't even think he had a weapon on him. Like they were like it was too easy just to say, hey, can I come in? Like he didn't ask for ID. He didn't ask for any ID or anything. He just let him in.
Yeah. Welcome to Space Banks, where our savings percentages are out of this world.
Oh, my gosh. Yikes.
I like it. That'd be funny if they did have banks that were like very childish names.
Why?
Like, it's like Frank's Deli or like just like normal thing.
Frank's Bank?
Hey. Oh, who do you bank with? Hey, Frank. Frank? Oh my God, that'd be amazing. That'd be so good. So now we get so now this is like the end scene, right?
It's the end scene.
So like right away they break in, they kill all the guys all at the same
they don't
time,
break
right?
in. He leads them in there and then he says let them do what they want, and then they kill the guard right away.
Yep.
So yeah. Meanwhile,
and
again,
this Yeah.
So
again, there's all those guys got nabbed. So in that, there's only like 5 guys, maybe.
But wouldn't you think if this is such a secret underground space bank, wouldn't you have more guards? Like
I would think so.
This would be like if this is so high tech that it's hidden and it looks the way it does because it was clean, it was like white, like it was like a whole like you think it would like have high tech security and it had it had one guy.
Yeah.
One guy running the entire thing down there. That's it.
Yeah. And he gets shot. And then it's okay. Now we can free reign to do whatever we want. But pretty soon, Bruce shows up. Like, pretty soon, like, it's not like they even get it. Again, we don't know what they're looking for. It's just some sort of.
How do you know they were going there? How do you know?
Well, he figured it out somehow.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe that's an antique bank.
Oh, really? He figured it out somehow? Of course he just figured it out
No,
somehow.
I know. But he says maybe that place is known for holding antiques. Because he says that when he puts two and two together, because he remembers, he has the only thing on his calendar was a meeting at this bank.
Yeah, but this is also a high. It's like an underground poker game, right? Like no one knows about. I'm assuming Bruce Willis does not know about this underground bank.
Maybe he does. I could see him banking there.
Okay, I don't think so, but okay. But this is when he comes in there with a shotgun.
Oh my God, yeah.
So
he was pretty badass. And he does have a great one-liner. Again, what was cool was he did show some old flashbacks here. Like, really, he says the line, "I'm gonna shove a Christmas tree up your ass."
Yeah. Which
pretty good.
It was, but it didn't really fit. I mean,
it did.
I mean, it'd be one thing if there was a Christmas tree right behind him or something, and but it was just it was a funny line, and it's a great line to say to a villain. It just didn't fit.
Yeah. But him with the shotgun, that was cool. Pops off on some guys. But again, the one guy that he stuck up behind, they could have used a stuntman there.
Yeah.
Very slow.
Again, imagine this movie 20 years ago with Bruce Willis. So, this whole, just a scene alone would be so different. But again, the creativity of how they hid it. That, again, he is older and to put him in the shadows in one scene and put him like far away. And like, I think they did a good job showing that. I mean, it's Bruce Willis, so like, but again, watching that adds to the fact of like, it's hard to watch not because it's bad, because I feel bad.
Yeah, no, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like
totally.
and I think that's what I want to get across. Like, it's not like hard to watch because it's bad. It's just because I feel like really like watching this. I enjoyed the movie, but at the same time, like there was a feeling in my gut. Like I feel awful. Like this is so sad, so.
Yeah. And you almost hope for the bad guy, how good the actor played Ricky Conlin. This is like your big part as a villain.
Yeah.
And he crushed the whole movie. He just didn't have the opportunity to actually have like a fight scene because it couldn't happen.
There's no way. I would have liked what should have happened is what's his face get out of the wheelchair and he's been faking it all this time.
Oh
and
my
God.
That's
Now he has a fight. No, I mean faking it for the villains, and now he has the end fight with him.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Because he gets up in the next scene.
Yeah.
Or at the end of the movie in the post credits, I think he
starts
starts walking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But so and then he dies. You're like, oh, okay. He gets shot across through the cheeks.
Oh, through the cheek, which is it was pretty gnarly.
That is pretty badass.
Yeah.
No, it is gnarly.
Yeah.
But it was just like, man, I wish he could have got a fight scene. Like that guy would have been great in a fight scene.
He reminded me of the big guy in Tango and Cash. Like the big
jaw?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
Notice I didn't say Frogtown. I said Tango and Cash.
Oh, you've got Robert Zadar, man. Or the movie with our buddy Gregor S. Cummings. That movie was, all those guys did their own stunts. It was insane.
Yeah.
But no, it would have been cool even if Casey fought him. Because Casey's younger. It could have been at least something. And then maybe Bruce saves him then. Right? It just shouldn't have been like sort of just them against each other. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you know what? I think they I think it actually was smart they didn't do that because now you're taking it away from Bruce Willis. Right? Like
that's true.
if you're gonna have an end fight scene and it's not Bruce Willis, it's like now you're really shoving it down the audience to throw like, listen, Bruce can't do this, but we're gonna have someone else do it. So I think if you can't do it, then you might as well not do it at all. And I think that's probably the smarter move.
Yeah. But Lachlan with the save. And how about the guy just sitting there? Like, I can imagine he gets shot across the cheeks and he's so calm and he's like, don't let him send me back to prison. And he's just bleeding everywhere. And you're like, oh my God. Well, and then they're just staring for a while, right? That scene was so weird because he's like asking not to go to prison.
Yeah.
They're just all looking at each other.
They're staring. But then Lachlan also faced the guy that shot him.
I know, dude. And he let him go.
Yeah. Well, he's a cop. I mean,
But
so
tough choice. Why would I let that guy go?
well,
Oh, the guy was a cop?
no, Lachlan was. So
Oh, no,
like
Locken is. I'm
technically,
saying
but at the same time, there's no one down there. He could have killed him. I mean, listen, there was a gunfight. The other guy, there's about 5 other guys that are dead. So why
That's
not? Like
true.
they wouldn't have known.
Just pretend it's there, oh,
Yeah.
he shot him.
Yeah. Or you know what? Shoot him in the spine so he can't walk. And now you're like, now you know what I feel like.
That's another thing. You got to shoot in the right spot because you don't want to permanently do it. You want him to feel what you feel. So you got to line
Listen,
up.
if they can
where's the mark on you?
if they can line up a hammer to hit in the right spot, I'm sure they can line up a gun to shoot in the right spot for the spine.
Yeah. Oh my God. But yeah, so I didn't watch the full post-credit scene, but it was cool. Edward put himself in the movie.
It wasn't long. It was just, Bruce talking, I think, and like again, leading that there's going to be, another one kind of thing. Like it was a short, kind of credit scene. But yeah, no. I'm surprised again. I mean, I don't watch too many directed streaming movies. I'm surprised they even have like end credit scenes. Like I wonder if people when they're watching this like is it common to like now look for end credit scene for every single movie that's out there? Like, why would you think this movie would have an end credit scene?
No, I know. What was the movie that we watched not that long ago that had an end credit scene? Another movie that shouldn't have. Very recent.
Yeah, I know it
My
was. I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember,
Yeah.
but yeah. So that was Detective Knight Redemption. Jamie, I was not expecting you to come in with such.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, because I honestly, it's because of Ricky Conlin. I think if it wasn't
Yeah.
Ricky Conlin and in there that role, maybe I might not have liked it as much. But I think he stole the show. I think he did a great job. And when you're gonna ask me if I would recommend this, here's my take on it. It is an entertaining movie, so you're not gonna get bored of it. I would say everyone who is a Bruce Willis fan should watch it because these are his last movies, right? So
Yeah.
for the sake of a Bruce Willis movie, it's even though it's not a Bruce Willis movie and he's in it, it's his last 3, right? I think these are his last 3. And so like I think it's worth watching, that part alone, but like I said, it's entertaining. I mean, the action starts off immediately. I don't think it's when you see a lot of these directed DVD or streaming movies, a lot of times they're really cheesy. I don't think this is
Yeah.
cheesy. I don't think the action
No.
is cheesy. And so if you're looking for an action movie, I think it's worth watching.
Yeah. No,
It almost makes me want to see. The thing is though, like I don't want to push my luck. Like I want to say like almost makes me want to watch the other 2, but again, it's because of Ricky Conlin. Now, Ricky Conlin's not in the other 2. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy them as much. So, I don't know if I'd take that chance unless we have to.
We have to see it if Edward, who he cast in the villains in those movies.
Oh,
but
did
no,
he direct all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, then you know what? Then if he directed the other one as well, the third one, then if he did the same way he did this one, then I would imagine it's going to be just as good then.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I was very pleasantly surprised. I really expected to dread watching this. I'm like, oh, a Bruce Willis movie. He's made 1,000 of them. It's going to be like a Nicolas Cage movie, whatever. But I was wrong. I like I said, I was entertained, and I definitely think it's worth watching.
I think it looked good. I think
It did.
there's these when it comes to movies, the way that can make you feel like, I'm gonna turn this off, especially when you like flip through Tubies. Even if I go and watch like a rando 80s movie and like if the sound's not good or the picture's not good, but like it hit all those things. The effects were good enough.
It doesn't feel
for
like
what
a
the probably
Tubi.
budget.
It does not feel like a Tubi movie. Like
I know.
like it's to me. This would be a theatrical movie compared to a Tubi movie, right? Like it has
100%.
that look to it. I mean, Tubi to me, like Samurai Cop is a Tubi movie, right? Like I don't feel like this is Samurai Cop material. I think, it's not cheesy. I don't think there was any part of this movie that was cheesy, right? Like I said, if Bruce Willis was a little younger, the movie would have been in a theater, I think. But it didn't look cheesy. Like you said, it looked good. It looked like a regular action movie.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, so up next, we're going to go into the horror genre, movies that I haven't seen a lot of these. I can maybe say I've seen 2 of them. I feel like I've seen the first 2. So it'd be interesting. So we're going to cover Saw 6, and for it, we talked with an actress that Started off her career. She's Canadian. We love Canadians. And she was a model. She turned to acting because there were some opportunities at the firm that was representing for the modeling and said, hey, you want to take a look at this? She's funny. She teaches acting. She teaches some improv to her students as well. And she's still crushing it. You've seen her recently in Thanksgiving. She's going to be in sequel we cover next week, Saw 6. That was like I think her first American sort of production. And then she was on some very culty shows that people love, Mutant X, Adventure Inc. And she's going to be in the upcoming film Ice Cream Man, where she plays Eli Roth's wife. So, Jamie, you're excited for Saw 6?
I am not. And I'll tell you why. And this is like, I there's certain movies, and again, I'm not a horror fan, and you've basically forced me to watch a lot of horror movies. I already told you. I told you I'm never seeing Human Centipede, so we're never doing that one. You'd be doing that one alone. I will not watch that. And I told myself I won't watch Saw because the first one I loved. I thought the first one, the twist was amazing. It was great.
Yeah.
I saw the second one. The second one was pretty good too. I think it was when they're all in a house and something. Then I started watching the third one and I had to throw it off because it started getting gross. And I don't like gross movies. And I think that there was a guy hanging from hooks from the ceiling. His leg was being twisted around. I'm like, okay, I can't watch anymore. And I threw it off.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about 3 more movies after that one. I can't imagine how gross this is going to be. So I'm not thrilled with this one. But for our audience, I will suck it up. Don't get comfortable with all the Saw movies now, because I also saw the one with Chris Rock.
Hostel too.
No. Hold on. I added Hostel to the list. No Human Centipede, no Hostel. Those 2 are definitely off the table.
Hostel 2 is one that was on a lot. I guess it came out in the probably mid 2000s, and it was on like cable a lot, and it's so ridiculously corny.
I just won't watch it. But
yeah.
And maybe Terrifier might be on the list too. I mean, I do like the clown. I've seen some clips and I think it's actually funny, but I heard about some of the gross scenes and so
maybe we have to do that.
I don't know. I know that's a rough one. So,
but so that'll be up next, Saw 6. But next week, Karen Cliche, man, she was awesome. Great chat, lots of fun. So don't forget to review, rate, share our podcast, follow us on all social media at Sequels Only, and don't forget to check out our website, sequelsonly.com. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.